Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you guys. Just fixing my mic stand there a little bit. But welcome into tonight's live. Hopefully, you guys are having a great hump day. Good hump day. It is the 11th of December. It's a beautiful day. It's the day that I adopted, not that one. Oh, you can't see her. But this beautiful brown dog that I have. Today was her adoption day 7 years ago. So I completely forgot and I had to run over and grab her some toys because she's our girl. She's our girl. So if you're new to this channel and you're new to this live and you're like, who are you talking about? That's my girl O'Reilly. And then we got Mia Grace over here. Those are my dogs. So they come and they hang out during the lives and they hang out and they talk true crime with us. So if that's something that you're into and you like dogs, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If it's not for me, do it for them, do it for the dogs. Yeah, I'm selling y'all out. One's itching her butt now. So she's free. She's free if anybody wants her. She's already getting up. She's already getting up to stretch her legs. Oh my Lord. Haven't even started the live yet. She probably is going to want to have her sister move. That's how it goes. Hey, Princess, how you doing? Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Ladybug. How you doing tonight? Hey, Captain. Good to see you. Thank you, Electro. That's very nice. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Catherine's here. Rue is your maiden name? I know some Rues back from when I was younger. I had a couple of friends. They were the bad boys in town. They were though. Do you want something, Mia? Do you have to go out there? I already said hey to Captain, but I'll say hey again. Galactic Shrimp. Hi, how are you doing? Hey, Mary Beth. I knew she'd be here somewhere. Catherine's here. Lori's here. It's good to see you guys. Try's here. I saw that you said, has anyone seen Aries? I haven't seen Aries today. Huh. I haven't seen Aries today. That's, I usually do. He must be taking a day off. Hope he's okay. Hey, Dawn. How you doing tonight? And if I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Hey, Donna. Hey, American Bully Mama. It's been a while. Lenore is here. Tibbo's here. Hey, Carl. That dog just wants that other dog's bed. That's what she wants. And she'll cry till she gets it. There she goes. Hey, Stephanie. I might have to move on beds. Just like ask the other dog to move. Hey, Proud Mimi. Does anyone else have dogs like that? Hey, Fred. You would think these were my kids. Like, come on, kids. Let's quiet down. These kids should be in bed. There's Aries. Ask and you shall receive. Hey, Christy means follower of Christ. I like that. It is snowing. It's snowing here as well. It was anyway earlier. But yeah, we're getting snow. I hope it. Do you think it's a lot? Are we getting a lot? I don't know where you're from. If you're from up north, I'm from more southern. But I swear we don't need no snow. Hey, BJ, we don't need any snow right now. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for snow. Was it last year? It was either last year or the year before. We had like 8 inches of snow or something crazy. And then we had like negative 35 degree temperatures. It was totally insane. Hey, Faith. Hey, Tony. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Sunshine. I'm kind of like talking and going at the same time. I'll get to the bottom here so everyone doesn't leave me. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Lip Locked. It's your birthday? Well, if it is, happy birthday. Thank you, Mary Beth. Appreciate that. I like the color red here and now and again. I had on a red tank top earlier. It was like this color red, or maybe actually more like this color red. And Vincent came in and he's like, why have one red tank top? I was like, no reason. It was just the first one I grabbed. Why? Does red mean something? Hey, Faith. Hey, I always say your name, Marjorie. I always want to say something different than Marjorie. when I see that, when I see your name. That's how you say it, right, Marjorie? Because that's how my Aunt Margaret used to spell her name. And I'm surprised I get her name right. Well, good. Aries is here. Okay. I didn't see that you were here. I was up at the top still. I was like, I haven't seen Aries today, actually. She fetches her ball, Bluefish. Oh, my cat. Yeah, no, he would laugh at me, but he does love him some. Get that cat some catnip. I have never seen a cat on some catnip like I've seen him. I never gave it to him. I gave it to him when he was a kitten and he acted like he didn't care for it. So I never gave it to him again until like a year ago. And then whew, he'll be high as a kite. That was what happened the night we lost him in the house. And I was freaking out. Hey, Teresa. I was like, I swear he was in the house. Hey, Bobby. I love dogs too. They're always good to you, you know? Everyone's like, Aries is here. You're looking for a puppy for your 10-year-old? A Chiweenie Max. Oh, Moxie. That's getting a dog on Christmas. I can't think of anything better. I can't think of anything better. Me too. Well, me too. And it snowed. Doesn't it snow in Canada though, like all the time, Tony? I don't know. I just everywhere, I've only been to one place in Canada and it was always snowy. It was Windsor. Hey, Betty. Okay, I'm getting to the bottom. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. If I didn't say hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Hi, Ringo. Did I get that one right? Okay. I was like, I saw the name, but I didn't see. There he is. Okay, now I see him. I was like, I couldn't see him, but I saw everyone saying hi. So, got 2 Boston Terrier sisters. Oh, that's so cute. Like when they are like actually like brothers and sisters or sisters. Oh, that's cute. I could talk about dogs all day and all night. I really could. I really could. And I bet you know what? Because we're talking about Sebastian tonight. I bet you if he was here with us, he could probably talk about cats and dogs all night too. I bet you he could. I bet you he could. We ended up adopting our dog because our dog passed away on this day. And there was just too much hurt and love. And you know how it is. It's like you lose one and then you're at the pet store faster than, you know. Anyway, for me, it feels like I'm like, I have another dog. I get that. I have that, like, I get so sad that I feel like I need like a dog to love. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just telling you, don't do that. We adopted 2. Well, we got 1. We bought 1, adopted 2, like 1 within like 3 months. It was insanity for us to do that because they're just, I don't know. They grew up together. I don't know. They grew up together. So I do like that, actually. I do like that they grew up together. The one was 3 and the one we got her when she was a puppy. So, and the cat runs the show. Like he thinks he's a dog. He grew up with dogs. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I do appreciate you. If you guys don't mind just taking a second, hit the like button, subscribe if you care to subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from in the chat if you never told us before, or if we may have forgot. Tell us again because we'd love to know. Oh, your 19-year-old calico. Oh, with the three and a mom and her 2 daughters. That sounds like, oh, see, that's how my cat came into this world. My cat came in through the Humane Society. His mom was pregnant and there was a brother in him. And the person who got him for me was just trying to replace a cat that I didn't even know that I lost. Like he went and buried the cat and brought me a cat. Like it was like that quite quick. And I was like, what? Like I didn't know my cat had passed away. My mom called him and was like, hey, can you help me bury a cat? Like, and I had her since I was 7. So it was a big deal. And I was 23, 22 when I got Rocky. Oh, Rhonda, I don't know. Let me go check real quick. Maybe is it under members? I didn't get to watch all of it. I was in and out. No, it's not under members. Maybe she privated it for now. Maybe she's going to unprivate it. Maybe I know someone came up on panel, but I don't know who. So maybe she needed to like edit something out. I don't know. Maybe something crazy happened and we didn't get to see it. Okay, I can't even pronounce that. Sacagawea, Chiwan, Canada. Saskatchewan. I'm butchering that name, Jana. We should never let me pronounce anything like that. I'm the worst. I am the worst. His name's Onyx, Black Mancoon. Oh, I want a Mancoon. See, my cat's 16, so I know that, I don't have them forever. But that day hasn't came yet, and it better not come anytime soon because y'all going to see a mess. And when I say y'all, I mean y'all, because I'm going to be probably on live going, oh my God, I'll be here with you guys. But no, I know I can't keep him forever. And when he's ready to go, he's ready to go. But as of right now, he's totally cool. Thank you, Mary Beth. Gifting out memberships. Welcome to the crew, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Mary Beth gifted out 5 memberships. If you got one, make sure you say, thank you, Mary Beth. Like how I said that? So let's see. What was I going to? Let's go. Okay. So everything has gone to hell in a handbasket in the Sebastian Rogers case. I think it's already went there, but it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. There's new creators that are flying out of like the woodwork. I can't catch them fast enough. Nonsense normally is on. That's like her thing. She does a lot of like misinformation, and she does a lot of the new people that will come into the scene. I need to get caught up on some of her streams because there's just some people I don't know where they came from. But if I got to bust out the old tarot cards that I've got, tarot cards, however you say it, I will. I'll do a reading on myself. Do a reading on Aries. But I do have some my friend gave me, but it's so funny. But I would never bust them out for a live or anything like that. Or have a string with a needle on it. And I mean, when you're doing that, in my opinion, it's kind of showing right there what you think happened to Sebastian. Now, I personally just am trying to think of the odds. And could he be somewhere? Yeah, he could. Are the odds there that he is somewhere and locked up? I mean, the odds are not very good. That's what happened, But I don't know what happened to Sebastian. I don't. But I'm here to just try to sleuth with you guys and figure it out. But in the best way possible. With giving you guys the facts of the case. But yeah. So tonight we're going to just go through. We're going to talk about some tabs that I have open. If I miss anything that came out in the last couple of days, let me know, because it's been a few days since we've covered Sebastian's case. We've been, on Brian Thompson's case for the last week. So it seems that way anyway. We've done 7 videos. So, but I know that news travels fast when it comes to Sebastian's case. So I want to make sure that we get you the news and get you the up-to-date stuff. Hey, Crimson Moon. Hey, Phantom. It could be a Baywatch sweatshirt. It actually almost has Aries' name on it. If you just take out this P, I got to figure out how to take that out. And then my shirt would say Aries on it. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Okay, so who did I want to talk about first? Oh, okay. So the other day, I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's not there anymore, thank goodness. But we had a lady come out on the platform. I don't know if she was on YouTube or if she just got brought to YouTube because of what she was doing. But I'm glad that she was brought up and found out about. So there's a website called Find a Grave. You can get on there to, like it says, find a grave. You can send like your condolences. You can like leave flowers if you want to, like on the grave, like on the find a grave, things like that. Well, some lady came out here out of the woodwork. Like I'm telling you, these people were crawling out of here like cockroaches. And they added Sebastian. Not only did they add Sebastian, and bless nonsense his heart for trying to pronounce Madalena's name. I think she pronounced it wrong a couple of times, but that's okay because it is a hard one. But they put Madalena Kojikari on there also. Now, I don't know about Summer Wells. I didn't check, but I wouldn't have doubted because Madalena was on there and Sebastian was on there. And I was like, what? I was so mad. I was mad about Sebastian. And then I was so mad that I was like as red as this whenever they said Madalena's name. Like I was already red and then it went to the reddest of red. They also added Summer Wells. Like that is sick, isn't it? Like, yeah, what the hell's wrong with them? So everybody reported it. I mean, we were all reporting it. Like, I think I reported it 4 or 5 times. I was like, I'm reported again. And they did take it down. So it is off of there, which is nice that we as a community were able to do that in such a short amount of time to where hopefully Katie and Chris didn't see that. They even put that he was cremated. Like, it's one thing, I guess, to like put a name on there and hold a name because, eventually that person will pass or something. I don't know what these people are thinking. Like, I can't think like that. But to actually put like that he was cremated. What? Then why the hell is he on Find a Grave? I don't even know if they probably do put people that are cremated on there, but it's sick. Yeah. I'm really glad that a lot of people came together. See, like, why can't we do that more often? We're creators. We're good people. Most of us, most of us. But can you imagine Katie seeing that? When I saw my parents on there, like, and they were on there, because we put them on there. Well, I had to put my mom, but my dad, I put him on there so many years ago. I didn't really remember. But when I see that, to this day, people still comment. My dad's been passed away 16 years, and there'll still be comments. A few every so many months. He'll get some, but when I go on there to look, like that pains me. And he's dead, and I know that. Like, right? So for a mother to see that, and she doesn't know what happened to her child, like, really? They put it for cremation so some can visit where they scattered ashes? Oh, I gotcha. Makes sense. Was Summer removed? Wouldn't that be good news if creators could get together and do more things like that? So we have the one lady putting Sebastian on Find a Grave. I still can't get over that. I really can't. And then we have another newer creator, but she's not that new. I don't talk about her much, but I was listening to Jay is for Justice today on her second channel, Every Day with Jay, and I heard this and I was like, I can't believe people were falling for this. So Crime Time Buzz, and I'll pull up her page right here. Let me do it like this. Okay. So this is her YouTube. She has a live last night, and it's called Special Guest. As you can see, I've never watched her. Like, I've never watched her. So this is going to be my first time clicking on this, but I want to see what the rest of the title says. Okay, I don't need to. Special guest, bring questions. call in from a local with ties to neighborhood. She had 1,000 people in her chat. Guess what? Guess what she did? This is good. This is real good. This is real good. She took people's questions. Okay, so it'd be like me telling you guys, give me your questions. Give me your questions, right? And you would write your questions in the chat box. And then I would say, okay, hold on a second. I would turn my camera off and I'd mute myself and I'd pretend like I'm asking that person that's on the phone the question. Like, why can't we hear that person's voice through the phone? Why do you have to mute and ask a question? That is so weird. It is a lie. You are lying, lady. You are lying like a rug. I'm going to say it. I'm not even going to say allegedly. That's a lie. I want to hear the other person's voice. How many neighbors do you think that they have? How many neighbors? Yeah. I'm gonna get me. I mean, I've heard of voice changers and calling in and doing open panels, and I've heard of people doing that, and I can't even still believe that. But to not even have anybody there, that's a whole other level of friggin' crazy, lady. That's a whole other level of crazy. That's not even Bullhorn Betty crazy. Like, I don't even think Bullhorn's done that. Like, this is like a whole other. This is like crazy is here. Talking to yourself on a live is up here. Like, hey, Ludwig. It's crazy. Hey, Squeaky. What's Squeaky up there? Hey, Mike. What's Squeaky up there saying? No, there's coyotes on the loose. Isn't that puppy cute? I can't get it as good as Granny, though. But I was like, I got to put that puppy on there. I figured, it'd keep you guys entertained if I didn't also. So, yeah, we got her running around doing that. I'm not going to have you guys listen. I'm not going to make you listen to it. 2 hours and 30 minutes. She would, and she would get off for a minute too. Like, she would pause it. I don't know if she's smoked cigarettes or anything, but it would be like her smoking a cigarette, like the length of time, like 10 minutes, 7 minutes every time. Like, and people were just sitting there. 1,000 people were in this chat listening to this. Y'all, I'm going to start doing this. If I'm going to, y'all are going to see some crazy stuff happen. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that under a kid's. If Sebastian wasn't in the picture and just all the rest of the craziness was, I'd be doing all kinds of just off the wall, funny, crazy things. But I can't do that because there's a child at stake. Like, he's lost. He's somewhere and we don't know where he's at. And nobody seems to care. And all these new people that are coming out, I don't know. I mean, everybody comes in on a new case. You know what I mean? Like, they do. Like, I came in on Kylie Rodney. Like, but to come in this late, I just feel like there's a motive for that, Or for this to be your first case, maybe, and you're on this, green team. I don't know. Maybe you were planted here. Maybe you were planted in this case. Maybe you're only here to work this one case. And then you're, just here to just put out a bunch of misinformation and then leave when this case is over with. We have that happen a lot. Thanks, When I Flow. Hey, Akira. Oh, that is kind of weird. Yeah. Oh, Tammy. Oh, I could be a little crazy sometimes. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Democrat. Welcome in. Hey, Reba. I didn't. I haven't yet. No. Oh, man. This close to Christmas. No missing kids. Come on. No. It's too close to Christmas. That's going to break my heart. Remember them twins? I still can't get over those twins. That went missing. But so, yeah. So Time Buzz did an hour and a half pretending to talk to someone else. I mean, I do no, I can't do that. I don't know. So then and I'm just giving you guys little, clippets, like sound like little just from what I've seen, and then I'll show you some videos and go over some stuff with you guys in a moment. But I also heard when I was listening to Jay, and then when I listened to Granny, her first live, she actually took both of them down. She had 2 lives today. Um, Josh from the lab did a whole live about how he doesn't care if people don't like him or if people talk about him. Um, Good to know. I don't know, just good to know. I don't I think it shows that you do care when you hold a whole live about saying that you don't care about something, but, that's just me. We did just get some stuff, though. So oh, yeah, so then we have, creators also out there just reading emails and not fact checking anything and then just running with it. Never showing an email, just running with them. Or everybody has to hurry up and get off their live because they get like a phone call or a text. It's very weird. It's like almost like an enterprise, you know? That's what it sounds like to me, a group of people trying to push one narrative. Sounds kind of Rico like. Yeah, I had to cut that part out squeaky because I wasn't cleaning up that crap no more. The real Ricos, yeah. The real ones. Yep. Because we all know Brittany said on her live the other night that she's not scared of nothing. Her mental health and her physical health are just fine. She said it. But we do have someone telling the truth. Oh, Granny. Granny's watching. I redacted her name and everything like we do over here. So hopefully I redacted everywhere. But it does say from at night verse. It says Granny's watching. That's what we're gonna say it says. Enter of appearance from her attorney. Entering his appearance. Literally what it says. Kindly enter the appearance of her attorney, Esquire, in the above caption action on behalf of defendant. Granny's watching. I wish she would really go by that. The foregoing attorney requests to be added to the electronic service list in this action. Has his name, Terrence Esquire. Esquire hereby certify that this document has been electronically filed and is available for viewing and downloading from the EFC system, that I caused an entry of appearance to be served upon the following persons by the following means and on the dates stated. And it shows Joseph Lesniak is who he wants to be served. First class mail, prepaid postage, already paid for the postage. Delaware County. And he put an email too, so that's what I call you better get freaking ready. You better get ready. You done pissed Granny off. I mean, I would be too. I'd be done. She's been quiet lately, and I knew it was good for good reason. I knew it wasn't just because people were telling her she needed to not talk about the case. I knew it was her getting her ducks in a row. And, sometimes that takes a couple of days to do. So very crazy. So that's the only new document, though, in the whole thing. So I don't think that at night it's going to do anything. I mean, what is Nick going to do? He doesn't have money. He owes like $3 million or something like that in that lawsuit that he had filed against him when he did all the things he did. And that team wants to talk about any racial remarks. Okay. So, Kathy Bowersock made a post. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, so I'm going to show it to you in case you haven't, because you guys are all probably ahead of me. I haven't listened or haven't watched anything or looked at anything regarding Sebastian, it seems like, in a little while. So Kathy Bowersock, I guess, got upset with somebody named Ralph on Facebook. I don't know. She replied to them. And I'm going to read you what she replied. She says, Ralph, and let me know if you know where the rest of this like thread is. I know it's on Facebook, but I can't find it in any of the. I was trying to look through the Sebastian like groups before I came on, and I haven't been on them in so dang long. I was trying to find them, I couldn't find them, but I can always look again. So if you don't know where they're at, don't worry about it. I'll find them. But it says, Ralph, I know exactly where my heart was and is. Since you seem to know about 5 CPS reports, feel free to enlighten me. Until you have personal knowledge and can provide me proof, not just something that a lying, money-hungry, poor excuse for a parent says in order to grift money. This, of course, is my opinion based on the knowledge and personal interactions with this person. When the actual truth comes out, I would hope that you will be a person who acknowledges your implied error. I would expect at least that much from someone who uses the USMC emblem as a profile picture. Ooh, she mad. Did it, Rhonda? Oh, I didn't see anybody today. I didn't catch the Betty part. I can't listen to Betty unless I'm reviewing Betty because I can only listen to her once. Do you know? Does that make sense? Like, and I don't even review every stream that she does. I review like one every month. So that's as much as I can take of her. I'm glad that Kathy's got a little bite in her though. Yeah. I mean, these people have been taking a lot of bullshit for a long time. And they really have, you guys. Can you imagine? If even for Seth, I mean, any of them losing a child, but then to come out on this platform and not use it for good. Like Seth is not using this platform for good. He is making all these people do his dirty work. Him and Nick. I'm blaming them on both. Because there's no way that Seth Rogers doesn't know what's going on with all these creators, the Z team. And she put the word grift in there. She is mad. She said, not just something that a lying, money-hungry, poor excuse for a parent says in order to grift money. That's a mad mama. I watched it. I just didn't watch the I think I stepped away for the Betty part. I can't do Betty. Hey, UA. Welcome in, everybody, if I didn't see ya. So, yeah, she's over it. I wonder where's Robin Roger been? Like, why hasn't she come back up for any holiday to see Seth and look for Sebastian or get the word out or, come to a vigil? I'm just curious because everyone's so hard on the Bowersocks, but nobody says shit about Seth Rogers' mom. So rules for thee, not for me. Is that how we play this? I think that's how this works when it comes to Sebastian's case. Like, I'm allowed to say whatever I want to say, but you can't say what you're allowed to say. I'm allowed to say what I want to say because I'm part of the green team. You're not allowed to say what you want to say because you're part of the red team. I just made us the red team. I don't know. Yeah, I've been wondering where Robin is, Kathy, And Kathy ain't got no time for BS. Hey, Gina. It's just, yeah. Yeah, she'll go to the psychic chats. I mean, if you believe, more power to you. If I've never had a reading done like that, so maybe that's why I'm not a big believer. But if someone gave me money and was like, "You can use this for whatever you want," like, you and I could go to a psychic, I wouldn't. I would go buy something I want. Yeah, red, I like that, the power team, you know? Plus, red just seems like it's just, like, boss color. Look at me wearing it. Hey, April. Oh, that Robin called in those CPS reports. Oh, I could see that. Yeah. Well, I believe everybody's a mandated reporter. I mean, if you've seen abuse happen, your ass better be reporting it, right? Yeah, they do. They're very childish. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, people like to listen to it, I guess, though. The begging, the crying, the pleading, the woe me. I mean, we've been on here for what, 40 minutes, and we've actually went over stuff, so. Oh, okay, thank you. He was still covering Elijah Vu. Yeah, Captain, they are. They are. I could be more childish, though, if they want. Oh, my dad was a childish guy. He was funny. Like, he could just do something so childish. Oh, I miss that man sometimes, whenever I start to talk about him like that. Makes me miss him. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll move on. I wanted to read this from you guys. It was for it. It's only a minute and 47 seconds long. Each like new segment that's done on Sebastian is gotten shorter and shorter and shorter since Dog, Nick, the whole team have stepped in. I don't want to call them the green team. I need a different word for them because I like green. Green's like my favorite color, you know? So we're gonna think of something else. But it says on Sebastian's 16th birthday, authorities share new details on the missing teen. And I'm gonna read this to you and then we'll listen. Okay. Sumner County, Tennessee. For the first time in months, authorities provide an update on Sebastian Rogers, explaining the latest in a case so many are closely following. The past weekend marked his 16th birthday, coming almost 10 months after Sebastian disappeared. The Amber Alert remains active. Nearly 10 months after Sebastian Rogers disappeared, those leading the search efforts say no one is giving up. It is not a cold case. It is an active and ongoing investigation, said Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock. Craddock has been on the case since Sebastian disappeared from his Hendersonville home back on February 26th. Since then, hundreds of tips have been investigated. Hundreds. To date, there still have been no confirmed sightings. In that vacuum, rumors continue to run rampant online from less than credible sources. I'm looking at you, green team. Because it ain't the red team. Ain't my team. It ain't me. Well, it's real easy to sit on social media and make those comments, Craddock added. I like that he was being a little smart ass about it. I want to start shouting out names, but I'm not going to. Sheriff Craddock said investigators deal with facts, seeking evidence, and hard leads. There have been few official updates in recent months, but the sheriff said investigators meet weekly about the case. I've been transparent. There is some information that can't be released because it could be prejudicial to the case and a successful resolution is my ultimate goal. Uh-oh. They're going to run with that, aren't they? EMA Director Ken Widener agrees. Well, that means they probably have something that we don't know about. Good for them. Keep it on. Keep it in. Don't tell us. Just let us know. Well, I mean, I guess you'd have to just let us know if you think Sebastian's okay or not. There is not a day that goes by that I don't think about Sebastian. Widener has headed up search efforts around Sebastian's home and beyond from the very beginning. It is his team that stands ready to act on any credible lead that comes from the tip line. We have canines on standby, search teams and drones ready, and we go. I wonder if they have been out there searching at all, if they are the ones that put the markers up, because I guess SF said that there were new like markers placed. They place markers when they've, cleared an area or they've searched an area. And I guess that there were different markers up than what they use. So, I mean, that'd be really great if, they were still conducting some searches out there. The question of what happened to Sebastian very much remains open, and to date, nothing has been ruled out, including the possibility of foul play. On that note, District Attorney Ray Whitley tells me he gets updates on the case each week. He said he stands ready to prosecute if it ever comes to that. Tips on Sebastian's case can be called in at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Do you notice that there's no mention of a $255,155 reward? You notice there's no mention of a at night or a dog the bounty hunter on the case. You notice there's none of that? Yeah, that's because the authorities don't want him here, don't need him here. Don't need messing up their investigation. They're already messing up investigations.
The Amber Alert remains active, and now nearly 10 months after Sebastian Rogers disappeared, those leading the search effort say no one is giving up.
It's not a cold case. It's an active and ongoing investigation.
Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock has been on the case since Sebastian disappeared from his Hendersonville home back on February 26th. Since then, hundreds of tips have been investigated, and to date, there still have been no confirmed sightings. In that vacuum, rumors continue to run rampant online from less than credible sources.
Well, it's real easy to sit on social media and make those comments.
Sheriff Craddock says investigators deal with facts, seeking evidence and hard leads. There have been few official updates in recent months, but the sheriff says investigators meet weekly about the case.
I've been pretty transparent. There is some information that's just not releasable, right? And that's only because any information released could be prejudicial to the case. And a successful resolution is my ultimate goal.
There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about Sebastian.
EMA Director Ken Widener has headed up search efforts around Sebastian's home and beyond from the very beginning, and it is his team that stands ready to act on any credible lead that comes from the tip line.
We have canine on standby. We have search teams on standby. We've got drones ready to go, and we go.
The question of what happened to Sebastian very much still remains open, and to date, nothing has been ruled out, including the possibility of foul play. And on that note, District Attorney Ray Whitley tells me he gets updates on the case nearly every week, and he does stand ready to prosecute if it ever comes to that. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Kind of wonder what he meant by that, like how he puts that in there, like we will prosecute if we need to. I mean, Sunday Doodles eye him. I know you didn't mean me, though. Dog is dumb because he listens to Larry. Oh, my gosh. Him and his wife, they did a photo shoot and they kissed. It was the most awkward kiss I've ever experienced between two people. I wonder if I can find it. I probably can. We'll probably see it on one of these. We're going to go through Twitter here in a minute. So actually, we're going to go through SF's right now. So that didn't take long. Maybe we'll see it. I feel bad for Nick Barris, though. And I feel bad for SF too, because people are going hard for these people that are out there searching. And thank you, Abe, for going out there and searching. I appreciate that. I do. I know everybody in this chat appreciates you for doing that. And I thought you had really good information. Like sounded good. Like you knew what you were talking about. It wasn't like pulling teeth to have you talk. You were very fluent, and with your words, you just went with it. You know, you knew what to say, and you knew what you wanted to say, and I loved it. Yes, sailor. Oh my gosh, it was very awkward. Okay, let's see if we can find. Okay. So this is from the other day, but I wanted to lead into what's going on because the back and forth isn't helping. The At Night company, and aka Nick, he's fighting with SF under At Night media. It's just weird. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it, dude. You can have a company, that's cool, that's fine and dandy, but don't lie about your company. That's gross. That would be like me saying, you know, I have 50 employees and I have $300,000 worth of merchandise. Yeah, right, Tanya. Come on now. You know, who would believe me? So it says tomorrow marks Sebastian Rogers' 16th birthday, and heartbreakingly, he remains missing. While we are diligently investigating his case, we do not yet have answers regarding his disappearance. On the eve of Sebastian's birthday, At Night and Dog the Bounty Hunter are promoting the release of surveillance footage featuring someone they have dubbed Green Hoodie Guy. Unfortunately, they are deliberately distorting the truth about a brief surveillance clip to push a false narrative for the sake of self-promotion. We refuse to allow Sebastian to be used as a marketing prop, so we want to set the record straight about the individual labeled as Green Hoodie Guy. As Sebastian and Katie exited Texas Roadhouse and approached their vehicle, which was parked in the front of the takeout window in a high-trafficked area, an older gentleman wearing a green hoodie was walking between Katie's car and the one parked next to it. The man briefly stopped, turned sideways to let Katie pass, and then continued into the restaurant. We all saw that. That's it. That is the entirety of what happened. Instead of being truthful about the video's contents, which should never have been made public in the first place, they have turned it into a hyped publicity stunt, disrespectfully timed to coincide with Sebastian's 16th birthday. Yeah, assholes. Please keep Sebastian and his family in your thoughts. Rest assured, a thorough and determined investigation is ongoing. This week alone, we have obtained over 80 hours of surveillance footage from Sebastian's neighborhood, covering the time period when he went missing. We are carefully analyzing this footage, interviewing potential witnesses, conducting daily searches, and using every investigative tool available to find Sebastian Rogers. Attached are screenshots from the actual surveillance footage showing Katie, Sebastian, and the gentleman that At Night has described as Green Hoodie Guy from Texas Roadhouse on February 25th, 2024. And we looked at these pictures, you know, it looks to me like he's trying to get, I thought that was him parked beside her, and I thought he was trying to get out of his vehicle at the same time as she was walking up. So he's getting out, pushing the door closed, backing up, letting her get into her vehicle. And that's how I saw it. And then Sebastian was walking around to the other side of the car. If you're going to conduct an illegal, like giving each other a fake ID, like Dolly said, I guess that's Dolly's running with that. You're not going to do it in the front of the parking lot where you have the highest traffic, right? Why? Why not do it at your house when you can go home, call dude, say, hey, I'm going to open the garage door a little bit. Just slide it under the garage door. Done. Sebastian wouldn't have even known about it. Wouldn't even known about the guy. You know what I mean? Like, there's other ways. Like, you're not going to do it in the front of the parking lot at the freaking local Texas Roadhouse. Like, anybody with common sense that can, you know, just think about it for a minute knows that. There's no reason. If they wanted to do it, they could have done it in the back of the parking lot where there's not a camera sticking right in their face, you know? I mean, when have you guys ever had to do something sneaky and done it in the handicap parking spot at the freaking Texas Roadhouse? Let me meet you at the handicap spot. No, I'm talking about you better be at the handicap spot. Like, really? They're both riding dirty in the handicap spots. So, yeah, there's that. And then everyone was pointing at this gentleman here. He's just there to get his damn order. That poor man. Or he's like a DoorDasher or something, but he's just there to get his order. So SF puts that out that, that Nick and At Night are going to release this surveillance footage, and they're going to do it on Sebastian's birthday. And he wanted to put the stills out so that people saw them, saw what happened. So then At Night decides on the day after, I believe the 7th? Yeah, the 7th, that they're going to put out this statement. It's crazy to me. I was like, can you even see my candle? But you can. It smells really good. That's why I asked him. Like you can smell it. To combat misinformation spread by at SF Investigates. Now, do you think it's SF that's out here putting out misinformation? Or do you think it's At Night and Nick, the ones that have been busted repeatedly for putting out misinformation? And their cronies are the misinformation station? They all ride up in their trains every day to the misinformation station. That's where Nick the Cat in the Hat, that's where he docks, gives them all their to-do list for the day. You be here at this time, you be there at that time. That must suck. There's no freedom to be a creator when you're under someone's thumb like that. But it says here, to combat misinformation spread by SF Investigates, we're releasing this footage earlier than anticipated due to the circumstances of Mr. Fisher's reckless misinformation campaign. He said you were going to put it out on Sebastian's birthday. You put it out on his birthday. If you see someone who matches the description of Sebastian Rogers, do not hesitate. Call 911 immediately. Even the smallest chance that it could be him is worth acting on. Take a double glance, though, before you start calling the police. Maybe ask the kid his name. Sebastian's description, age 15 at the time of disappearance. He's 16 now. 6'5", 120, blonde or brown hair, brown or hazel eyes. It says here, call the Tennessee Bureau. Alternatively, call, whatever. And then down here it says, Sebastian's family, friends, and community are counting on all of us. They're not counting on you. They want you to go away, I'm sure. We remain, because the community and the family that lives in that community and the friends in that community, yeah, they probably all want you to leave. We remain committed to leaving no stone unturned in our mission to bring him home. Thank you for continued diligence and cooperation in this critical effort. Together we can find Sebastian. Because you have a video of him leaving dinner with his mama the last time he ate dinner with her. And you have people zooming in on Katie's phone. And you have people saying, I don't know why Chris hated him so much. I don't know why Chris never liked him. Who said that? I never heard Chris say he didn't like Sebastian. Yeah, At Night's very deceptive. I mean, they did say they had satellite images 4 different times in the post. And then the satellite company that they said they were using came back and said, we don't even have a satellite in orbit yet, buddy. But thanks for the compliment. Crazy to me. Okay, so let's go back, see if they've said any. I think they said something else at that night, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, this is when, okay, I wonder if this is, they might have it on what's his name's. This is December 6th. They have that pinned. They do have it pinned up there. Like, that's gross. Unpin that video. And you can't comment, or I would. Man. One hour ago. Oh, gosh. Here we go. We got something going on 1 hour ago. Thanks, Mary Beth. Thank you for gifting out a membership. Oh, really? I didn't know that, UA. Oh, well, didn't he like call him or something though? Or he said something in the chat? Yeah, CPS said he's a strict parent. I think he's military. I think that's because he's military. I know, isn't this dog cute? It's entertaining me too. I'll start watching it, and then like, oh my, okay. At night, we'll announce a development from Dog the Bounty Hunt. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you guys off. I meant to flip off Dog and Nick. At night, we'll announce a development from Dog the Bounty Hunter regarding the search for Sebastian Rogers within the next 48 hours. Get out of here. And take old Dog with you. He's so old. Get out of here. So you expect us to sit here and wait around for some bull crap that you're going to put up, and it's going to be some bull crap. It's going to be some bull crap. But tomorrow, wait, hold on, 48 hours. But wait a minute. Isn't that Friday? The day that Seth Rogers goes live on his YouTube channel? They're leading up to this. I bet you they're going to say Dog's going to be on talking to Seth on Friday. That'll be the development. If they had a development, they should go to the freaking police. And if they had a development, they should keep their mouth shut. You know, I mean, their development is probably going to be something we've already heard from SF Investigates or something. They'll probably talk about those caves or something, what we were going to talk about next. Dang, girl. Oh, what you guys doing? Mia done took... My dog stole both beds. One of them's upside down. What have they been doing behind me? And the other one's laying on the carpet now. Yeah, I want to know something interesting. Well, he did come in to the chat or something like that. Yeah. And he was like, we need to work together. Oh, really, That's cool. Yeah, well, I know that's wrong because you can't take the calculator app off of a phone. I looked that up too, but what is it? Because I know he didn't. I know he did. I know he had access to a calculator. Like, you can't take them off your phone. I don't know why. I should try to take mine off my phone right now and see if it does it. But I looked it up and it was like, nope. And I was like, oh. Mine does, I think. Yeah. I can delete it. But I don't know why I would. I know we're all looking in the chat. We're like, what should I say? And they better not bluefish. We got one of those cat doors. It's a golden retriever, I think. I think it's a golden retriever or it's a lab puppy. But I think it's a golden retriever because the fur looks kind of long. In CP and KP's interview with Dutch's, they said he had access to a calculator, but there's an app that mimics a calculator that hides apps on your phone. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I used to have it just for funsies. I wanted to see like how it worked. And yeah, you can put the app like and it looks the same. except for like when I think that you can even actually, you could have used the one that I had. It just looked a little different. Yeah, of course. Let me stop the screen and let me put me over here. That way, when I invite you up, there you go. And then you should be able to come right on up. Okay. And I'll keep my camera off, so if you don't want to put yours on, you don't have to. Because I remember when they, I know that there is an app that will do that. Will hide your, like, you can hide like Facebook or YouTube or whatever, Instagram, stuff like that in there. Oh, okay. Oh, let me make me the same size as you. Okay, there we go.
Hey, so I
Hey.
was going to say one thing that I found was very interesting about going back over the interviews, because KP and CP were talking about the apps that were on the phone that he had access to, and the calculator was one of those.
Uh-huh.
But when Seth was bringing up the apps that, Sebastian didn't have access to allegedly on his phone at his mom's house, what are the odds that he brings up the calculator of out of all the
Yeah.
possible apps that you could have? He brings up the calculator, an app that mimics a legitimate app and also functions as a calculator, but is known to hide and conceal, other apps than
Yeah.
kids. I'm just saying, like, what are the odds of bringing up that app? Why not be like Snapchat? Why not
That is
Instagram?
weird. Because he even said something about getting him a phone.
Yeah. I mean, let's just think about that for a second. You're not gonna be you're not gonna no parent is gonna take a calculator off. There I mean,
No.
there's nothing your kid can do with a legitimate calculator app. Now, that is an app though that somebody would know about if they maybe were, security and or worked inside a jail or a facility like that.
Yeah. Or I was
Um,
gonna say like the age group.
correct.
Like,
So
I mean, because my age group, I'm 39. I don't know how old you are, but I know about the calculator app.
I'm basically the same age. I'm 38. So,
Yeah. And I know that Seth's older than Katie.
hmm
So she, you know what I mean? Because I know it's just like certain people know things and other people, they just don't, like, they didn't,
right.
get that memo or something. But I remember it was on like the news or something. They were like, these kids are hiding all these apps behind the calculator app. And I was like, what? So I like downloaded it because I was like, let me see how this works. And I was like, oh, wow. Because I have nieces and nephews. So I wanted to make sure
Right.
they weren't
And
hiding anything on their phones.
yeah, and there's only like one little slight difference, and if you're not looking for it, you don't or you don't know about the app, then you would never. I just sometimes I think it's very interesting to listen to what he chooses to say. For example, when he was talking about the boots, like everything's about like Sebastian left wearing, and where the shoes accounted for. People
Yeah.
have a tendency to over explain, or I like to see what he focuses on and how much he goes into detail. When he talked about buying those boots for Sebastian, which it's my understanding that the boots were there. However, I thought it was very interesting that Sebastian, who we know was a growing boy, was, you know, originally tried on a size 9. Usually, if you're going to go up in boots, you don't usually go up 1.5 sizes. Like,
Yeah.
but Seth had to explain how he tried on the 9s, and then they were like, yeah, maybe, and then he went up to a 9.5. He's like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. And then he went up to a 10, and then he got coincidentally he ended up being a 10.5, which happens to be the same size that Seth wears.
Oh, yeah.
So are all of Seth's boots accounted for? How do we know that maybe, I just
That's
think it's pretty
true.
like if there's potentially footprints that would have been found that are a size 10.5 boot, that's a good way to have, go ahead and get in front of that evidence if that ever comes out.
Yeah. Well, they said that there was like feet prints, like
Right.
footprints by
Mm-hmm.
the pond. So I was wondering even maybe if he wore socks.
Well, you don't we don't know though.
Yeah.
There's potentially, we do know, I think in one of the interviews, Seth talks about how he wore slip-ons to take the trash out. You know,
I wonder if the
potentially,
slip-ons were accounted for. I don't think they said anything about slip-ons.
right?
I
Just
just
something to
don't
think about.
I mean, I really don't see him leaving without shoes unless something really freaked him out and he wanted to get out of there really quick.
You know, the thing is, true, I don't see him leaving without shoes unless the things that have kind of crossed my mind is, if you are, I remember the days of AOL in the chat rooms, and
Me too.
there were chat rooms that were very open about
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
they
like,
were
I
intending.
know, I'm like, I shouldn't have been in that shit, but I was.
And you would go in and you would announce your ASL,
ASL, yep.
And then I remember getting like all these older people, creeps, looking
Mhm.
for all the wrong things, coming after me. How do we know that he had access to gaming systems whilst, at Seth's? So
Yep.
it's very easy and we know that he was desperate for friends. He could have very easily made a friend online playing a game, and that person said, "Hey, I'm going to meet you, outside your parents' house, outside your mom's house, just because it's
Yeah.
more convenient." And we did know, and he just thought he was running out to quickly grab something or get in someone's car or meet someone for a game.
Yeah.
And
They could have made
yeah,
it seem like it was gonna be really quick,
right. And
because that's happened before, I mean, in cases.
right. There's 99 times when I'm like going to get something, get something, meet somebody, like a DoorDash delivery driver, I'm gonna have shoes on. But there's that one time where if I know I'm just running to get something and coming back, I may
Yeah.
not have shoes on that time. You can't just
Especially if
assume.
he didn't wanna get caught.
Right.
Maybe he would think, because I said this in the beginning, like, maybe he would think, because I thought maybe he snuck out with, like, bullies or something, kids that ended up being bullies,
Right.
and I said maybe, they convinced him or whatever to keep his shoes there
You know
so
it.
that it would take her longer to realize he's gone because he doesn't have his shoes on, so where would he be, Like,
You
'cause
know
I would
what
think that.
case thing? You know what case when you bring that up, the bullies case? Have you ever heard of the Skylar and East case?
Yeah, we went over it actually on the channel because of this case. Because I was
That's
like,
the
"This
one
is."
that comes to the forefront of my mind,
Yeah,
is that case where you have people that befriend her, and of course her parents didn't think that she's going to be sneaking out, and
yeah,
luckily they had very, very grainy footage in that. And Ellie there's has not tipped their hand um in this case intentionally.
no,
uh,
they've been keeping
they've
a
been
lot of
very
stuff.
strategic
Yeah.
about it, and that has been very, I think, you know been very frustrating but ultimate, like, for the public, because we want them to speak. I feel like they should probably speak about where they are, and that's probably why they did come out and make those
Yeah.
statements. But I do know that the markers that I was talking about the other day, we used different colors so we know which ones are like our team's markers, so to speak, and then the markers that belong to the other people. Um,
How far have you guys gotten away from Sebastian's home, like, miles-wise?
um,
What would you
we've
think?
well, Crabtree has done a lot of like the water. That we've done a lot of drone mapping, because Cletus has and Crabtree, they both have drones, so they've done, and SF has been very instrumental in teaching them how to like drone map and do
Yeah.
like conduct like legitimate SAR
Yeah, yeah.
searches. Like when we would go out, there's a app that we use called Caltapo,
Okay,
and
yeah.
it basically allows us to, everyone has their own color,
Yeah, and
and we can
you
go
can
back
follow
and
each
see.
other.
And we can
Yeah,
see
he
where
was
we've
helping me
searched
with
and
another case.
clear areas that way. But I just in searching that area, what I will say is where that retention pond was, which is now houses, that I could see someone pulling up in a car at that area.
Yeah.
Um, it, I don't
And
think
then
that he
saying
made
meet me
it.
at the construction
Mhm.
site, he would know
Right,
that.
right. It would be, it's a, it would have been easy to get to. It would kind of explain why the dogs may have gotten the footprint there, and maybe even why they were searching the landfill of the construction site.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess the-
true.
But I just don't see the terrain like across from Beach High School is just, I mean, I know you're going to talk about the caves and pull that stuff up, but it's just not, there's thorns everywhere. You can see where people have been in there
Like
and
the
like
holes
dumped
and stuff,
stuff. Huh?
like the holes,
Yes.
like caves or
So,
whatever you want to call them.
right. So to get to those, you go across, it's across from beach, then there's a flat area, then there's the creek, and then there's these limestone like walls that you kind of have to scale up the sides of, and then you
Okay.
start to get to the top, then you get to the top of that, and then that's where you start seeing those caves. And
Those
there
are
were,
scary.
right, I mean, some of them one even had a rope that went down it, like there was
Wow.
somebody had put a rope down there. I don't know if that was because I know that EMA, or that, they had said that they had cave teams. I don't know if that was rope was left from them trying to clear that out, but
Oh, maybe. Or maybe some kids put that back there
I wouldn't see anybody, like, you would have to be trained to, like,
to do that.
yeah, I mean, these are,
Because
yeah, I don't,
kids, when they see something cool in the woods, they're all about it.
I just don't see that they're just, I mean, some of these caves or areas go down 100 feet.
That's crazy too, and it's all with all the leaves falling right now, that's dangerous for you guys because
Well, when there was a lot of foliage everywhere, you can't see it.
oh,
It's
yeah,
eas
that's true.
it's easier to see now, but you have to really, you can't be like these people that go out and live stream their searches. If you're worried about, like, you've got to look where
I've
your
said that
feet are
before
going.
too. Yeah.
Um, but I mean, uh,
Faith said, "I met my husband on AOL, and in the saloon, 25 years, we're married and still together."
oh wow,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
it's just, I don't know. It's this case has turned into, I mean, an I feel Sebastian's been lost in this case.
he's been so lost.
Um,
He got lost after the first week of people covering it, I feel like. I don't even think it took people that long because there's no information. Like,
right.
there's no evidence that points to a crime, and I guess that's what the beauty of this part, what I mean, is because there's no evidence there's a crime, there's no evidence there's not a crime. You have one person that was last seen with them. I mean, I guess just it all just equaled a perfect storm for creators to go after the parents, but
Right.
I
And
just listen to what I've heard and what I hear when I listen to Chris and Katie, which you don't hear from them very often, but when you do hear from them, they talk about Sebastian. You learn a whole lot about Sebastian, like a whole lot. Like
yeah.
when he was on Queen Bee's, I listened to that live a couple times and I learned so much about him in that one interview
Mhm.
than I did from and all of Seth's interviews.
They do a lot of things behind, like, a lot of people say, okay, well, we don't see KP and CP. Honestly, there's nothing they can do right at
Exactly.
this point. When they do go out and search and there's a picture
They
taken
say it's a
of them,
photo op.
that's a photo op.
Yeah.
So it's like so they've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like and not talking about it. They're not advertising it because they know in their like what they don't need to.
Yeah, it's for their
And if
son.
if they were to say, like for example, when they reached out to that Kenneth Mans or that
Oh, yeah,
detective,
Maine. Uh-huh.
Mains
Maine or
or
something.
how,
Yeah.
but nobody knew about that. But he said they reached out months ago,
Yeah.
to talk to him about possibly taking the case on.
Yeah, I guess he
And
said he was doing, like, a show or something,
right.
and so
It's
but I'm glad
just
that they have, like, SF there. I mean, at least somebody that's skilled, qualified, and then they have, you, Clue, Steven, Cletus, people that are, like, willing to go out and not just, I mean, I know Steven's willing to go out anytime. That's just
right,
I know him as a person, and I know he's a really good person, and he means really well in this case, and he's
right,
trying really hard. And,
right.
yeah, I'm just glad there's more people out there that's actually searching for, Sebastian, because we have people out there like Silver's on the scene
Oh
that are digging
gosh.
up 2-inch holes, and then they're heavy breathing, they're sweating to death, and they're like, "I don't think he's here." And it's like, "Dude, you just dug 2 seconds." Like, and
Well,
then he
and
goes into a house, and then he leaves because he's scared, so what does he do? He goes and gets 2 women to go with him.
then my favorite was the phone.
Oh, yeah. Yep, yep, he's done it all.
The phone. I mean, like he there's a phone that's and oh, this could be dude, it's not even I mean it hadn't rained in 8 months or whatever.
I know, right?
Like the phone's just, it's battered, but then uh, what are
Just
I
like
mean,
Well, just like Terry, she found the pants that were his exact pants, that were his exact, like, except for they were like a size off or something.
mhm,
They were
yeah.
Adidas pants. Like, what are the
And the
odds?
glasses. And then do you
Yeah,
remember Seth get what address did Seth give for those glasses? Do you remember?
I don't remember, I don't remember where he got those, like, where
I
they were
think
even located.
I want to say he gave the address to CJ in his interview with CJ, and it
Mm.
happened to be uh
Oh, it was
I
by
want-
the Bauer socks.
yep.
Oh, I do remember that. I do
Hmm.
remember that.
How
Hmm.
coincidental.
Yeah, they've been fudging us since the beginning. Well, I mean, when you put up a GoFundMe, the 2 days after, 3 days after, you don't know you're gonna need money then. You just don't. I wouldn't think. I would think you're thinking your kid's coming back. You're not gonna be out of work. He's gonna be back any
Right.
minute,
Right. I mean,
Facebook page up within, like, a day or 2.
and you know who was coincidentally one of the I didn't even because I'm blocked from all those, but thank you to if you're really searching why block the people that are actually like out there,
Exactly.
but or local at least,
Well, you
but
weren't going with a lot of people's what they wanted you to say. You were
well,
telling the
I mean,
truth. You just got up
I
there and told the truth.
yeah, I mean, I don't say I just say what I see and what I know, what I've observed and what I've you know witnessed,
I
and
think a lot of us appreciated that.
the irony is like Nick puts out this tweet about you know SF and them going to the houses. Well, I don't know. That's how the neighbors felt when we were driving up and they're waving at
Yeah.
them as we're driving by.
Yeah, that's what Steven said, like, a while back, he told me that. He's like, the people in the neighborhood are really nice." Like,
Well,
he's like, "That I know of," like,
yeah.
on either side of, like, Chris and Katie and them, like, he's like, "They wave at us, and they don't,
I mean,
like, tell us to leave and get out of here." Like, he's like, "As long as we're, just there looking," and
right. They so I mean that was just put out to make them look. The Roadhouse video they had that. They had
yeah,
it the same way Nick got it. Nick knew that. He just it's a narrative.
it's a
They're always
game.
it's a riddle. He's been doing this since he was a kid,
Yeah,
22. Like it's not a
yeah,
game.
it's
This isn't a
not.
game. This is a missing child and you are turning it into a three-ring circus.
I mean, he
And you
came
have
in, couldn't even get the names right. None of them could. They
no,
still can't. They're still calling Katie Kate
you have her
in all the
KK,
documents.
like you have Justin calling her KK. No,
Like,
like
that sounds like you personally know her. Like, that sounds like a nickname. Do you know what I mean?
right, it is.
And
And
I'm
it's
sure
just
Katie
like,
does not want you to be saying that, Justin.
no, especially when you're sitting there accusing her of things that you have nothing to back up.
Yeah. I don't watch him. It's sickening that some of these people, it's just too sickening to even watch it. I'll get too mad. I'll start punching stuff.
Um,
I'll be punching air and pillows over here.
yeah. I pulled up on my iPad so I could see what, because I'm terrible at StreamYard, but um if this is what I was trying to explain, and I didn't do a great job of it on Brittany's panel because one, I wasn't expecting her to, she kind of gave me the boot the first time, and then I wasn't expecting her to let me back up on accident, maybe, or I don't know what.
Oh, she let you back up? I
Um
don't think I missed that part.
yeah, I got kicked off too at the end, but
Yeah.
anyways. Um the thing is with the CPS reports, when I was saying like mandated reporter. So Robin Rogers is a nurse practitioner.
Uh-huh.
We are legally obligated. Like our license, we could lose our license if we do not report
Yeah.
child abuse or elder abuse. Or so Robin, Sebastian allegedly come to Robin and said made these allegations, but she's legally required to report that. Regardless of who it is, she has by her job, she can lose her license
Yeah.
if she doesn't. So to me, I thought it was interesting that if there's so much legitimacy around that, then Seth should have known about it, because I would think, wouldn't you tell your son that that, hey, son, your
Yeah.
son's saying that this is going on at KPNCP's house.
And don't
But
you think Sebastian would have said something?
you'd think the other thing is that if someone was asking, what if there are 5 reports? If there are, the thing is, I don't think that one, he would have been able to have gotten, Faith for the summer.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Um, and that they would have still had Sebastian. They would have, because they could have removed, CPS could have removed Sebastian from the home and put him with Seth.
Yeah.
There's an alternative parent there. Um, the thing is, we are required to go, and a teacher is. So if Sebastian was making these allegations, then that would create a report by
Yeah.
default. It doesn't mean that there's anything to that report, or that it's being legitimized in any way. We know that,
Well,
I think one of the open reports is because of him being missing.
okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, like, I know that there's a creator on the platform and she talks about it, but she adopted, or she's raising her nieces, and she said that she called CPS on herself one time to get
Mhm.
resources for her nieces. And so there would be a report of that.
Right.
So couldn't and I'm not saying that he did or he doesn't, but they were saying that Sebastian had that ODD. So
Oppositional defiance disorder. Yeah.
yeah, so if he did have that and he was having these outbursts, maybe Katie didn't know what to do, and she was trying the therapy and she was trying everything, and she didn't want to get cops involved, but she needed to get like family, services involved or somebody
Well,
like
that could also lead to a child with ODD, if they're not getting their way at home, or their parents are being very strict, which they've admittedly said that we're strict parents.
yeah,
We took his stuff away. You know, it occurred to me the other night too. Um, everyone's so hung up about the fact of, CP, the belt issue, and
yeah,
well, wouldn't it be, it's either wrong, right or wrong, regardless, like if in your like moral compass, however you view it, wouldn't it make it worse technically if it was, I don't know how it would be, the green team, so to speak, wants to say that because he's not the biological parent, he shouldn't be allowed to discipline. Wouldn't it make it worse, I guess, if your biological mother is spanking you with a belt? Like, so
Yeah.
I just don't, they don't, they
I
only use
mean,
logic when it applies to their
crazy.
narrative. And
Yeah.
they don't really, even when it applies to their narrative, they still don't know how to use logic to get there. But,
No,
you
they
know,
don't. Not at all. Not at all. They have to wait for the chat to get them there.
yeah, well, then that I wouldn't depend on the chat much. It's like the blind leading the blind,
It really
honestly.
is. It really
Um,
is. And I don't think like I know that I don't think one spanking or whatever is abuse in my mind. I mean, I never got hit as a kid. I've never been spanked, but I'm sure my parents wanted to at some point in my life. But I know that like when my mom and dad were younger, like when they were in high school, the teachers would whip them,
oh, yeah,
you
they
know?
did that at
So
my school. I
maybe
went
like
to a private
maybe
school.
that's how Chris grew up. Like, maybe he went out and got his own switch.
My
And
mom had a
instead of
switch bush for my butt. I did lock her out one time because I got a little smarter and I was like, well, I can't get a switch in if she's locked out of the house. But then she scared me. I thought she was gonna break the door in, so I went, stuffed my pants, and then like unlocked the door and made her chase me around the house. But
I stuffed my pants. That's so funny.
yeah,
That's a smart thing to do though. My
yeah,
my dad was gonna bust my dad, and it would have been my brother's stepdad. So I guess could have been the same thing. My brother was little, and not like real little, but little enough. And my dad said I was going to kick him in his butt. It was in the snow. He was like, I knew he'd be okay. I was going to kick him in his butt, and I went to kick him in his butt, and I guess my dad's foot came out from underneath of him, and my dad landed on his back as hard as he
mhm,
could. And he said, I never even tried to whoop that boy, not a day after that. He's like, because
right.
he got me good. Didn't even realize that he got me. Like, so we never were like, spanked, but I don't think a belt to the butt is means to call CPS and everybody go to jail.
Well, the
Now, if we're going to
irony,
talk about that, I mean, the DVRO paperwork has pictures attached to it with Sebastian with what appears to be bruising. So,
the irony is that, certain creators want to talk about the parenting of how Chris and Katie chose to parent Sebastian, yet we can't comment or say anything about how their child's up at 3 in the morning with school
right?
the next day.
You'll get burned at the stake.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, don't
I hate it when people are judging and
rules
they
for thee, but
shouldn't
not
judge
for
them.
me. You
Yeah.
know,
And that's exactly what it is. And some kids, they do need discipline. You're right. Barbie is boss. They do. And
kids. There's a reason that the military is structured the way that it is.
yeah.
You know, it a lot of kids too. It's actually good for them to go into the military. It teaches them discipline, it teaches them
Mhm.
structure, it teaches them, how to respect authority, how to it gives them accountability, credit, you know.
And I think that like that's what happened with Katie too when she went in there. I think she became more disciplined and more, just like anybody would be.
Yeah, it's just it's I, I don't know. I'm just tired of the false narratives being put out there, the chronic misinformation. Creators, like I was listening to what Dolly put out, and that,
Yeah.
in my opinion, was very reckless. And then when I heard PJ interrupt the chat, like interrupt Dolly to say that Nick had said something, I was like, well, there it goes. Like,
Yeah. We'll have
I
to add
mean,
them to the green team. There
yeah,
it's I mean, is there one good creator? Like one reputable creator on the green team? I can't think of one.
I I I can't think of
I'm truly
one.
trying.
I am too. I wanted to, and I'm not gonna mince any words. CJ, I wanted to give him some credit at first. I mean, he
Yeah.
got a C and D.
Yeah.
from them, from Seth early on. Robin Rogers, I remember when she came and found him when he was searching live. And early on, I remember him pulling back from the case. And then I don't know if he got starstruck or what, but all of a sudden, CJ starts spinning the narrative. It's like, of,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing him in the chats, and I'm like, what?
Yep. He was all
What
of a
happened,
sudden he was
bro?
in the chats. Yeah. Well, did you hear that he got demonetized?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what for, but I heard that today. I was like, oh damn.
It, it
I mean,
I don't know.
like he saw that channel growth. That's what it was. He was at 1,000 subscribers for 5 years or something, 3 years. So
Yeah,
he
well,
started doing Idaho and he got about 4,000 subscribers or something like I don't know exactly because I don't follow him, but like that. But I just know like I would see him on my For You page and his channel. Like then he did Sebastian content, and that's when I think he started with the Riley
Riley
Strain,
Strain.
and then and then it went into Sebastian, and that's when his numbers went up. And
Yeah,
I think
he
that
started building off Riley Strain.
yeah,
And he would go to Hendersonville occasionally, like to cover a vigil or whatever. And then when Riley Strain's case kind of, when Riley was found, then he went back to Sebastian. But, he didn't really want to. I'm surprised he hadn't taken, well, I don't know, maybe it's down, but I I used to try to inform him, but he doesn't want to hear the truth. So,
yeah. I know
because
that
it
he was
doesn't fit
doing
with I feel like, honestly, I feel like some of these creators are maybe having monetary incentives to push a narrative. I
they
can't
have
think of
to.
anybody why somebody I certainly wouldn't want to team up with a person that sent me a CND and threatened to say, because I remember the whole live stream that CJ had talking about his CND that he got, and all like how all this stuff, complaining about it. And I certainly wouldn't go join that team to
Yeah,
it'd be a cold day in hell before I would be like, yeah, you sent me a CND, let me all of a sudden like dance with the devil. No.
yeah. No, I wouldn't. So has he been out there searching?
uh I know that he and Narc were out there showing footage. I mean, I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
I don't. I will say this. I know that there were accusations of threats made, and serpentine belts and stuff. I've
Yes.
had my serpentine belt has been intact every single time.
Man, of
I've
all the
never
things to
seen.
steal off a car.
I've never had any threats. I've never. I've had
Yeah, we've been calling
waves.
them out since the beginning. Like ever since the first what happened was the first day everybody went there all willy-nilly like to search, and there wasn't a whole lot of structure yet, because it's just the first day. Well, they didn't I think the sheriff or the people searching didn't expect a whole bunch of YouTubers, TikTokers to show up. And we had heard from like Chief or Sheriff Craddock that like people were showing up under the influence. They smelled like pot. They smelled like alcohol. So the next day, they asked people to please put your name down and your driver's license number. And they were saying that way, we just know who's all here. And it was more of a way to control, like, if that person's drinking, we know who it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they smell like
Right.
booze, we can hook them up to their car. We can see who's being trouble out here and who's not
Right.
causing trouble and who's recording and who shouldn't be recording, those things. And then
Right.
after that, that's when everyone started making a big deal, throwing their hands up. I'm not searched anymore. And then all of a sudden, all the threats started rolling in. I was
Well,
threatened.
the whole like Cajun Navy, I will say this, they were involved in Riley Strain's case. Then once you know then they went
Yeah.
and teamed up, but I know who made the allegation of them being threatened, and that person is not credible at all.
Yeah.
A report was filed, but I mean, that person is dealing with other things. And I don't give any.
Yeah, in my opinion, I don't think anybody's been threatened.
I mean, I would think if they're going to threaten somebody, I would probably have been one of the ones that, you know,
Yeah, I would have got threatened.
I
Would have been bothered.
yeah, I mean, why
You would think
not?
they would bother SF and that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? People
Yeah,
are
I
always doing
mean,
stuff on
right.
him.
But then, well, it's hard to bother somebody, I guess, when they're actually doing a legitimate job,
Yeah, that's true. Just talk to them. Talk about them online,
Yeah,
and how they're not doing a good job.
I'm just wondering when some of these creators, like, I it's been interesting because I followed the Sebastian case on both TikTok and on YouTube. I've seen all the stuff that has gone on.
Yeah, so you've seen a lot.
I've seen it. I've seen it all. And uh yeah, the things that have gone on, it Betty has been here. When is she even got like snake boots donated to her? I know she
Yeah,
returned them,
I've been
but
bitching about them snake boots. I've been bitching about them every time I talk about
I
Betty.
mean, come on,
It,
Betster,
right?
let's go get five. You've been here how
She
many times? Like,
she forgot
let's.
him one time. She said, "I'm not going." Yeah, she forgot him. She's like, "So I'm not going to be searching while I'm here because I forgot my snake boots." And she's been there
Well,
like 6 times, no looking. Get your damn snake boots on. You don't even
Griff,
got to tie them up. They just
Griff
slide
for a
on.
pair of Griff for a Walmart pair of boots. I mean, you
Maybe
don't
maybe
Seth.
I will. Maybe
Like
she needs the socks to go with them.
I'll give you some socks,
We'll
Betty.
give you the
Like
tall
there,
socks.
I'll eliminate all your excuses.
Yeah, just get your
Um,
butt over here, Betty. I'd love to see Betty search for something other than fake evidence to plant.
uh,
She's
Terry
done that
Lynn's.
before, so
We've
be
got an
careful.
expert parking lot clearer. We've
Yeah,
got we've got Silvers that's cleared out the shouted into
drainage.
drainage pipes. I may or may not have sent that to SF, and I was like, "Are you gotta be like, am I?" I thought I was delusional.
No,
Honestly,
I like reviewing
am
him
I?
because he calls himself in third person. Silver's on the scene.
Everybody on that everybody is calling themselves bullhorn. I'm like, why are y'all? What is wrong with all of
I
y'all?
think it's because if
Where
they
it's
say
like
it enough, their subscribers will say it. I don't know.
Silver's on the scene, reporting live with my shovel. We're gonna go in. I'm at Westmoreland, 27.27 miles out
Yeah.
from where this lady that has obvious mental distress has said that she heard, someone said that,
Oh my
they're,
gosh, the psychic.
Westmoreland may or may not be in the complete opposite direction. And,
And then he said he talked to someone that worked with Chris. No, you didn't. Come on now. No one's
okay.
going to talk to you, Silvers.
I mean, they get, and then too, like we've got Crime Time Buzz. We can't
Yeah.
remember, that did that interview with the fake. Her that was Bobby
Yeah.
Binoculars.
That was nobody. She was
Spoiler.
muting.
Well, no,
She
I'm
was
saying all that info came from Bobby
Oh,
Binoculars.
yeah. I
Yeah,
know. I was like, this lady is literally muting and then like just
texting, but
saying,
she would say, "I'm texting."
yeah.
Why do
Oh
you
my
need to
gosh.
mute to text?
I thought she was on the phone call, man. Oh, wow.
Bobby talks way longer than that. You can't shut Bobby up when you
Yeah.
get her on the phone. So I'm telling you, she wasn't muted to get 5 questions off. I'm telling you that.
Yeah. She was like, I've got someone special on the phone. I was like, I'm gonna start doing that over here.
And
I'm gonna start putting fake
when I
people on the
talked to
screen.
Bobby, she acted like she didn't, want any of this attention. And then I found out she's adminning the Facebook groups that were created, like
Oh, yeah.
from the time that they were created. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't want any attention?
Oh, she was all, yeah. I knew she wanted to be a part of this when she said she went in and got her 16-year-old son and had him come and help her look for a masked man walking around.
Yes, and
I was like,
Subaru Steve. Yeah, too.
yeah.
Yeah. We got
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
Subaru.
I mean, honestly, I get very concerned. I'm very concerned about the stuff that these people are saying, and they're I see a lot of mental health issue as a nurse that,
It's easy to put some of this stuff on some of these people and have them believe it.
well, yeah, I see a lot of you don't know what you're saying, and the misinformation that when you're continuously, it's very negligent, reckless,
Yes.
and just to put this information out to an audience with such reckless disregard, to not vet your sources, to not like, you know,
Not even a little bit.
no,
Not even read an article before you come on.
and just to go run with us. You have no idea. You may reach that one lone person that could just be like, oh, yeah, and get it in their head and, you know,
Yeah,
may go and act on something. It's just, I think it's absolutely dangerous what they're doing.
it is
And
dangerous.
they're going to, if this does not stop, um, I can see someone getting, Sebastian not being the only one that's missing or in, harmed over this case.
Yeah. And
Um,
too many people are just and they're all sharing the same story, so it all sounds good. Like, Justin will go live, and then Brittany will go live and play Justin's live. And then, the E-Crime Cast crew will go live the next, afternoon, and they'll talk about everything that they talked about. So it's like nobody has a thought for theirself.
well, it's an echo chamber.
It is an
Is
echo
that what it
chamber.
is? There's nobody that is willing to kind of push back, and say, hey, are we really like following the logic here? It's just everybody wants to repeat what everyone's saying. And I think it's interesting too, because I would hear about, on the TikTok side of things, like, okay, I would hear about these vigils that they would be planning, and this would be like months, in advance. And I'm like, why are we planning? Like, you don't think he'll be found by then? Like,
Yeah,
why? And then why are we planning vigils and not searches? Like, if you're going to get together, then
that's what I say. If you can
why?
get that many people together, why are we hanging out at a bar, riding a
Or
motorcycle for 5 minutes? Get those people together
or
and search.
then you early on, you had all those people that stormed up the, when that was when JLR was on, and Clue was out there too with them searching. They had cameras out there, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
And they're clearing this like big warehouse. Nobody thought to turn on the lights. I don't know why, but it seems like that would be a smart idea.
yeah.
They're all running around this warehouse with flashlights, as dark as heck, and I'm like, uh, flip the light switch on, bro. Like,
I didn't even know about that.
oh
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
I mean, they weren't even saying this was like when I said it's literally the blind leading the blind. It was, and you had the irony is Jaden. That was the search. Jaden had like I use TikTok words sometimes. He had a freaking gun on his
Oh,
hip
weapon,
and
yeah.
a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, what is wrong with people? No one's gonna hurt you, Jaden, with the bulletproof vest on.
I've never
Like,
seen
walking
anyone.
in
I
like you're
mean,
like, walking in like you're going into court, like you're, this mass or this shooter from, like, the CEO shooter, Luigi,
yeah, I
looking like
mean,
him or something out there with the gun and the freaking bulletproof vest and
who-
stuff.
what does he think he's going to encounter? Like,
I know, right?
that you need a bulletproof vest for
Like,
and a
who
gun on your hip?
yeah, who would ever
I mean,
that's so weird. That would be like, that would seem I wouldn't bring a gun with me to a search party for a child. That's just me.
not when you got that many people. I
No, huh?
mean, I did some things. Oh, it was definitely staged. Like, yeah, it was all for show. And I
Oh,
thought it
yeah.
was really interesting too, like, because there was one day where I realized that I think you may have even seen this tweet, but Nick called me out on a tweet that I like 20 days later, and of something that I was saying. I was telling him to come up on the panel. He was tweeting about, I guess the hate channels, and Queen Bee was going live. I was like, come up on our panel. We knew he was in the chat.
Yeah.
And so he had, you know, tweeted about it. And then he said something about, he'd pay for me to come up there and book a hotel, and it'd be like a Netflix special. And I'm like, those are kind of odd words to use.
Those are odd. Well, I think there is something after all this. I think that Brittany and Justin and those people, I think they're just doing it for the numbers, because they see the influx of numbers. So they see the influx of money right now. And I think
Yeah.
that's why they're doing it. But I think that the higher players, like maybe Nick, a dog, and them, are doing it for more of a documentary. And they're going to leave all these Z-list stars from YouTube in the dust when that happens. I don't think that they're going to be like, oh, come on, everybody, we're all included. Like, I don't see that.
No.
I see them like just slowly getting rid of them. Like, just like Betty. I feel like Betty's not even part of the team anymore. She's acting like it, but I don't hear a whole lot of
Right.
chatter
No.
from over there.
They look okay. So I know when Tony came onto this case, he literally had a list of creators on YouTube and on and on TikTok that he was looking to see basically which ones he could manipulate, which ones would run his storyline, which ones were not gonna, and you had all these creators fighting for access because they thought, oh, if I have an in with the parents, then I'll be able to go live with this, breaking news. Like, they're Barbara Walters with the,
Yeah.
leading the evening, you know, evening report for, but that's what I saw going on. And is you had everyone jockeying for access to this con man, Tony. I'm just going to call him what he is.
Yeah.
He's not a legitimate guy in
Not by any
anything.
stretch of the means.
And it- he caused a bunch of crap in the Caleb Harris case. He sent out videos of Caleb
Yep.
Harris when he was
Mm-hmm.
found.
Took his page.
To
His TikTok.
to TikTokers, to he lied about their God, it's disgusting. The things that he tried to get on another case too, when at the same time that he was jumping on the Sebastian Rogers case, and I called him out for it. Next thing I know is he's taking himself off as an admin of that page. It was the Harley Morris case.
Oh,
He tried to get on that. He was an admin of the page.
wow. I was thinking of him actually last night. I'm going to write that name down because I was going to do a live on him. Because we haven't talked about him for a while on this channel. That's so crazy.
I bet if
said
you
that.
reached out to his parents or reached out to the parents, I bet Tony probably reached out too, since he was co-admins with,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, Tony probably just, Harley's poor parents.
He also reached out to Idaho 4.
Idaho 4, yeah. We saw like the drone and stuff he was trying to do over there, try to be cool and get in with the newscasters, and they were too busy covering the case. They'll take a picture with you, Tony, but they're not going to be like, yeah, give him a job on national television. He deserves it. He needs to be for the victims everywhere. If anything were to ever happen to me and Tony was on my case, I would never come back. If there was a chance of me coming back, I'd be like, nope, not dealing with Tony.
Yeah.
Not dealing with him. But
Well, I just thought, as Seth does these lives, I'll let you get back to your case and stuff, but
well, you're fine.
pay attention to what, I just want the chat to pay attention to the things that he focuses on.
Yeah.
And because so much is revealed by that, I think that it tells a lot.
What
And the
he's not
fact that,
saying.
right, what he chooses to focus on is, and what he refuses to not say. And then who he, also align, like kind of chooses to have with him. Like, it's just all very strategic. Like, I don't think he's strategic enough to be like a master manipulator, but there is definitely some,
He's
gives
pulling
it,
some stuff.
yeah. And they're also, I feel like he's trying to explain away some things that, maybe down the road he feels like he may need to have an excuse for, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That
But
makes
I just
sense.
thought the
Yeah.
calculator app, I just thought that stood out to me because everything is like, we know that, on this is the last thing I'll say, is we know that he
Okay.
still has like Sebastian's he's been so mad that Ellie still has Sebastian's electronics.
I know why.
That's a
Like
good
you have
question.
your own PlayStation 4 and he has his own.
And you
He
had
can watch TV on
25K and a
yours.
GoFundMe to go out and buy he was mad
A
because
brand
he
new
couldn't
one.
watch movies. Go buy a
Yeah.
Roku, bro. Like,
Yeah. $45.
yeah. So, I mean, the electronics thing, I just don't think that the calculator app was, I think that was a slip up, honestly,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, if it is on there, the cops will find it.
Well,
I
maybe
think
they
they'll scrub the
have.
phone. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that they'll scrub the phone and maybe that's why they're not talking to, Seth a lot.
Or maybe that's why they still have the electronics. And
Yeah.
Katie and Chris have theirs back.
Yeah. Because that is weird that they wouldn't give them back to him by now.
Right.
We're going on 10 months. I mean,
Hmm.
what's on those devices?
And what was the abrupt change in his like chipper attitude in that latest interview too? I just thought that was interesting too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
now
I
he's
didn't
all got
know.
this um
Renewed hope in the cops or
hope in
whatever he said.
Ellie.
Yeah. He said because they talked to him. Well, they couldn't have told you too much.
Yeah.
Tony keeps asking, are we any closer today than we were the 26th of February? If I hear that one more time from Tony, I'm going to
Yeah,
get
me
over hold
too.
myself. I'm like, Tony, they don't have to give you answers.
They don't owe anybody answers. The only people they owe answers to are Sebastian, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, anyways, if thanks for having me up. I just
Oh, thank you
wanted
for
to say
coming up.
sorry for
Oh, no, thank you for coming. I
um,
appreciate it.
yeah. I'll send you some stuff too to listen to.
Okay.
You might find it interesting. All right.
Okay, great.
Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice to have somebody come up. Thanks for coming up, UA. She knows what's going on, so. I was going to read the chat for a second. It is drama. We're going to be going back to our true crime tomorrow. True crime. Okay. I just wanted to play you guys this video actually that Steven did. So you guys saw the other day I did a video and it was of the caves that Steven had taken some pictures of. And these caves go down, like you heard UA say, I think she said 100 feet or so. I mean, they go down really, really far down. I know I like listening to her too. She can come up anytime she wants to. But I did find this on Steven's TikTok. So I'm going to put his TikTok. I'm going to put this video in the chat. He does have a Facebook page as well. Let me oopsie. Let me get oh wait. Let me see. Here's his YouTube if you didn't know. And there we go. Okay. So I'm going to play this and I'll be right back with you guys.
So you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but hear me out. So I'm over here back where the four-way is, where beach and all that is, right? And we know we found cave shafts the other day. Well, obviously my fat ass ain't going to fit in them, although there's a rope in one It is very tiny. It's like fitting a hay roll into a needle hole. Not happening. I'll look like the cream between two Oreos. It's just not going to happen. Then we'll be rescuing me. So my general idea is I'm going to take my GoPro, tie a rope to that mug, and with the little light on it, I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to see if I see anything. And then I'm going to take that video, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I want y'all to be able to see it. Y'all look at this. This should work, right? We're going to try it. All right. So there's one.
What do you think
We're gonna
Silvers
try
would have
this.
done? If Silvers came up on this hole, if he came up on this hole, he'd probably say, that's awfully deep. Maybe I should fill it in with some dirt. I don't know, with a shovel, but Steven had a good idea to put his GoPro down there. But look how small that space is. But our dude Sebastian is a little guy. He's a little guy. I wouldn't be able to walk through there. That'd be a no-go for me. You know, one eye, no way, no way. So if it was pitch black out, because at night, you got to think at night around their home, they don't have street lights. They can afford the nice houses, but they can't afford to put street lamps in. I always say that everywhere I go when I'm in a nice neighborhood and they don't have street lights. That's like my neighborhood. Our street lamps are so dim, you can barely see. So I think that this is a really good idea because Sebastian could have walked towards the school. That's where the scent was going. He could have walked up to the school even. And I mean, he could have fallen down one of those.
Guy in here.
So they are checking them actually right now.
See what happens.
All of them.
All right. Wish you luck, guys.
It makes me dizzy. I feel like I'm on a tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah, there we go.
Thanks, note to self. That's true, Squeaky. Yeah, if he had a fear of the dark, I don't see why he would be out. It's pretty dark. But I mean, it looks like once you're down there, it opens up, doesn't it? I guess not that much, no. Slow it down, Steven. That looked like a turtle over there, but I don't think it was. I wonder how these even happen. Like sinkholes? Is that what that would be called? Like, would that be considered like a sinkhole? Or a cave?
Hey, FYI, I was doing that in the hole and I come across this probably about 70 yards away. What kind of deer? Is that a deer or a, what is that? Surely a deer bone, right? Like, or maybe something else. I don't know. What do y'all think? All right, so we finally made it up here to the top of this hill, and I'm going to show y'all kind of what I showed y'all the other day, and we'll just drop the camera in there and we'll let y'all see that. So there's the big hole. And we're
Thank you, Steven, for doing these.
just going to do the same thing we did the other day, guys. All right, there you go.
Lots of leaves. Inch to an inch in diameter. Or big enough. I mean, ooh. They look big enough. Like I feel like I could fall down in there. And then if you think back of the case of Caleb Harris, I mean, he fell down that manhole. That manhole wasn't very big. I mean, I wanted to say that, you know, Sebastian's somewhere safe and out of harm's way, but if he's not, this is a possibility, I feel like. Especially if there's a lot of these and they weren't checked. Gives me anxiety looking at that depth.
Again, I know, probably stupid that y'all are sitting here like, what the fuck are you doing, Steven?
And it's like right off the road.
So I just ran up on another one.
Oh my God, look at that.
This is wild. I literally just ran up on this one. I didn't even see this one the other day, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to look in it. All right, here we go.
Like that looks like someone could fall right down in that. How can he send us down first? I know, right? How rude. I should text him right now and say that. Say that was rude. He's putting us first. Oh gosh, Carl. Harris was in a hole, and the common denominator would be TTT. Yeah, think about it. Oh. He didn't, Jujubee, but I bet I could ask him. I bet I could ask him and find that out for you. But look at that. I mean, you could stand up down there, it looks like, to me. Like you can see that stick.
All right. This beautiful rock
UA, y'all
faces
better be
exist. I mean,
UA, y'all better be careful out there. Watch where you're stepping. Cause see all the leaves? That's what I was like thinking. You wouldn't be able to see the holes.
you really would not know this existed. You just drive by it and that's it. Look at these big rocks. I mean, imagine how long they've been here. How many people in the past have probably like came up on this, especially in the old days.
In the old days.
Guys. So beautiful. Wild, man. Wild. All right, so I know that I'm just now getting back to my truck. I'm actually at Washington right now, and it's going to be a little hard to concentrate on those videos as the camera drops down there. I tried to see if slow-mo mode can be put on those. It definitely did not do right. So do what you got to do. If you got to download the video, download it.
I think that we saw it pretty well. I mean, it was kind of, you know, spiraling out there for a minute, but we know what could fit down, you know. So I don't know if that area has been searched or not. They're putting up their own markers. Maybe UA would know if she's in the chat. But yeah, Steven's searches have been on point. They're very entertaining to watch. It's good to see he's doing good, you know? But I know that there were some areas that had caves that were checked, but some of them, the caves were like fallen in, so they couldn't get back there to search. You know. I know the pause. My pause games are so good. Hey, Mike. Well, they said that we're supposed to get some sort of answers from at night in the next, or from dog in the next 48 hours. So in the next 48 hours, I'll have something really cool to tell you guys. I won't. She's another creator that goes out and searches. Yeah, he didn't even call us. Yeah, he didn't even ask us what we saw when we were down there. I saw a big stick. I would not want to go down there. I would not want to go down there. I'm glad he got a GoPro. I have been wanting a GoPro so bad I could just taste it. I just want one so bad. I want one that I could put on my chest so I can, or I can want to attach it to my dog so you can see what my dog sees all day, because my dog just follows me around all day long. But it'd probably just be a bunch of butt pictures. Yeah, they're all bare. Yeah, all the trees are going to be bare now. I'm just going back up in the chat. It is dangerous. Yeah. Ooh. I'm glad the SS been teaching him some things and stuff. That makes me feel better too, knowing that he's not out there like by himself doing these. If he is, I'm sure he's, got people that he knows that know that he's out there and everything. So yeah, definitely not a waste of time to rule them out. Well, I've said, and this is just me, that I think that Sebastian could be closer to home than what we think if he's no longer with us. I do believe that he's a half a mile within the area, but I could be totally wrong. Could be totally wrong. And I hope I'm wrong, but I hope that they find him. I mean, either way, he needs to be found. He needs to be brought home. He needs to be with his parents, all of his parents, whoever he wants to be around. Hell, if he doesn't want to hang out with his parents, he can come chill over here, I'll feed him. Then I'll send him home. I don't like kids. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love kids. I got 5 nieces and nephews. I was forced to love them. But no, I just hope that, I hope that he's found. I hope he's found right now, but I do hope that he's found before Christmas. Like I don't, none of these family members deserve to wake up Christmas morning and not have their child. Like Katie should be shopping right now, getting, and she probably is, just in case he comes home, she has to have him ready, but just getting Sebastian's favorite things, those things that you get for Christmas, the special presents, and she should be wrapping them and, doing things like that. And Seth should be doing the same, but instead Katie's missing her son, and she's with Chris, and Seth is missing his son, and he's with Tony. So, hey, Keto Kim. Oh, I wish it would be like that casual art. I just feel like if Sebastian knew he was missing, and he would know because he hadn't seen his mom in 10 months or his stepdad, he'd be like, what the hell? Or his dad. I think he would call the cops on himself even. Like, I don't think that he'd want to be in trouble. I feel like Sebastian would be like, oh, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't tell the police where I'm at. Yeah, putting up a tree. Yeah, convincing your mom to let you get it out, put the decorations on it, and then you put 1 or 2 on, and then your mom has to decorate the whole tree because you gave up. Those things. Family traditions. Well, Carl, I hope you're right. Suburbs, yeah. It's sad. I really do hope they find him. I mean, I know we all say it, and we all mean. I do believe every creator means it, but we got to stop going against each other. We got to start using our common sense. Like, I mean, we got it for a reason. Most of us do. Some of us don't. And that sucks because you can't teach it. You can't buy it. But the people that do have common sense, just think about it for a minute. I know that there's no way that there are that many people that believe the stuff that's being told to them. I hope not. Well, I hope he's back before Christmas because I'm sure he has a lot of Christmas gifts under the tree. Vincent's birthday is in 28 minutes. He's going to be big old 36. Yeah, he's younger than me. I'm a cougar. Just kidding. But yeah, his birthday's coming up. So I'm going to go wake him up. I think he might be sleeping. I should go. Oh, I wish I had a blowhorn or blue blowhorn. Is that what they're called? Blowhorn? Yeah. Wish I had one. I need Betty's. So I can go out there and I'm going to go out there and wake him up. Yeah. I'm going to show him how it is. Yeah. 36 was a great year. I love 36. I was like, why can't you be like 37? I'm like, you're 36. I'm 39. That's so crazy. So that means he has to take care of me because I'm older. I already called it. I'll let him know you guys said happy birthday. He does. He does look better today than 10 years ago. That is the truth. He's like a fine wine. He keeps getting better looking, and I hate it. I hate it for myself. My mom used to say that, like, she's like, just like birds, the most prettiest birds are boys, because like the most like colorful ones are the boy birds normally, because the women have to like be the same color as the nest and be that bland color to hide the eggs. She's like, that's just like birds. When men get like older, they get better looking with age. And I never believed her because I was a teenager when she told me that. I was like, yeah, right, Mom. Like, you're gross. And then I met Vincent, and the older he gets, the more handsome he gets. Like, if I were to show you guys pictures of him, you'd be like, no way, that's not the same person. He's a good guy. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to cook him something, or not tomorrow, probably this weekend. Because tomorrow we do like a Chili's thing. We do it for my birthday too. We go to Chili's. We don't go there. We eat it here. I don't know what made us go there, all places, but that's just where we go. And we've been doing it for like 8 years now. So we don't, that's just our tradition. But I wish I could be 36. I would change some stuff. No, I wouldn't. No, 36. No, not yet. Guys do get better looking with age. PB&J, they do. He's like, I got all this white. And I'm like, you can't even see it because he cuts his hair so short. And I'm like, you look adorable. I told him I'm going to try to convince him to sit back here one night and see if you guys notice him back there. Like, he's like, can I go on the computer? I'm like, yeah. Like, so he just sit back there with his laptop. And I'm 43 and I still look for cougars, Carl said. Tradition is a must. We like it. We like it. I mean, it's not our favorite food and stuff, but we still eat it. Like, I don't know. It's just something that we do. So maybe I'll get dressed up for him. We usually don't dress up for each other, though. We usually just wear whatever. Maybe I'll dress up. I think you guys would notice immediately. I think you'd be like, no freaking way. Or one of you guys would notice, and then the whole crowd would notice. 94. Just one summer again, Mr. Rosebud said 94. I don't know what summer I'd pick. I don't know. There was a lot of good ones when I was a kid. Yeah, he's a good one. I got him some he already knows what he got pretty much. Shoes. Oh, I got him an electronic toothbrush. He doesn't know that one. He can't figure it out. No, I was like, it's something that you need. And he's like, can I take it places? I'm like, yeah, if you want. And then I got him like a shelving, and then I got him like this really nice card. It's like metal and it goes in your wallet. Not this one, but I was selling other sweaters at my shop. But this one I got at Target. It should still be at the local Targets. I got it in blue. They have it in red, blue, brown, and green. And I got red, blue, and brown. I didn't get the green one. I'm sure I'll get it. I'm sure I'll have it. I like the color of this shirt. It's just a little bit to like, I don't know. It keeps you warm a little bit. Akira, I was wondering that. I was wondering if anyone did anything like that. Thank you, Barbie's boss. Thank you. I'll buy him a coffee tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I hope you have a great Christmas too. It's coming up. I know now I have the birthday done. Now I'm like, what do you want for Christmas? He never wants. He doesn't want anything. Like he never says, I really want that, or that's really cool. Like, or he'll say cool, like that's cool. Maybe he'll say that. I don't even think he used those words. And I'm just like, yeah, of course. So it's like, oh, I'm leaning back on my dog's bed, like, so I can't go back too far, but, oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, Mia. But it's like, and then you can kind of make, I don't know, scrunch it up there if you want to. So it covers the belly. I love it. Thank you. Thanks. I'm starting to like the color red the older I get. You've been married 22 years and do Chinese every anniversary. I love that. Mountain Treasures. We have a really good Chinese place like right over here. Oh, you're welcome. Note to self. I'm telling you, the sweater is so soft. Like, go buy this. Go buy this. I think it was 25. I got it on sale. I think it was 30, maybe 30. Got it on sale. And then there's one with a bow. I have a brown one with a black bow. Target. If I'm wearing it, it's from Target probably. That's bad. It's either from my store or it's from Target. It's the only two places I shop. I like the red too. I thought the red was like very Christmassy like. And then they have a green one too. Oh, no, to self, Target, like literally where I'm sitting is right there. Like I could make it over there playing one song. It's so bad for me to be around Target. Everything that we own is from Target probably. Or Burlap and Birch, which is like a home store that's no longer in our mall anymore, but it's pretty nice little store. Well, I'm gonna start wearing red more. Yeah, well, it sounds like from his dad's side, they still have his PlayStation, but from his mom's side, everything was sent back. Bluefish, Temu would get me in trouble if I could wear Temu. I have to wear certain materials, or I'm very what's the word? Sensory driven. You have a really small one? Oh, we have a big one. It has like a grocery store and everything in there. I love it. Vincent was I wore this today, right? Black with red, and that's what they wear at Target. And he's like, "They're going to think you work there." And I'm like, "I've been asked before." I said, "And did I help them?" Yes, I most certainly did help them. Did they need to know where something was in the store? Yes, they did. And did I know where it was? I sure did. I was like, Vincent's dad. I like going over there. I don't know. I think it's because growing up, I never had a Target. We always went to Walmart. That's what we had in our town. And Target, they sell sensory clothes. So they like at Target, these clothes are made for people with sensory issues. So that's why I wish, like, I know on vacation, I did get a couple things from Temu, but I can't remember. One was a tank top and one was like a little coverall things, and those didn't niche. Those were okay. Oh, it's in your mall. That's really cool, casual art. That's even more dangerous. Got to go to Target. Got to go to the mall. I mean, our mall's right here though too, so it's bad either way. It's just there's just too many things. You do silk, but not polyester. I wonder what this is made of. This might have polyester in it. And I thought polyester made you itchy, but 60% cotton, 20% recycled polyester. Yeah. Yours is in the mall too? I mean, like, this feels so good. I should be like a spokesperson for Target. I'm gonna have to get on them. Wouldn't that be something? I don't need anybody to sponsor me but Target. We all need to write Target and say, we know one person that should be your national salesperson. Have you seen the new bags? Let me show them to you. You guys are going to laugh. You're going to laugh so hard. Is it the Boggle? Is that what it's called? Bog bag. Okay. I sent this to Vincent the other day and I said, I need it. And he said, do you really? And I said, yeah. Yeah, I do. Now, I just do. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really need it, but look at it. It's a Target bag. Because I always take my own bags to Target. Like my own, like I got them there. Like they're just like old like bags. Like, I don't know. They're just these bags you get like tarp kind of like bags. You throw stuff in, but I want this one. I'm like, this one's cool. This one's cute. It has a little Target symbol. Could you see me going over to Target with my little Target bag? It's $90. It's kind of expensive for a Target bag. Now, do I need that for Christmas? Maybe. I might need that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Now tell me you would not have fun shopping Target. But it's big, but I can't fit a blanket and a pillow in there. I don't know. It's a want, not a need. Yeah, I say I need a lot of things, but it's just because I want them. Yeah, $90 though. Yeah. They have a smaller one coming out though, right? And it's like 60 or 65. So it's pretty cute. I'll probably just stick to my old bags, but they only have the pink one at my Target anyway. And I don't want just the pink because it doesn't have the Target logo. I don't want the Target logo on it. I can see me walking through there with it too. Out of my way, everybody. I told Vincent I should have a gold cart by now. And then I took a picture. They sell a Target like lane. You know how like you like check out like a cashier like lane. The whole thing. I was like, Vincent, this is what I need right here. It's $150. I was like, you can just check me out every night and I'll pretend like I'm over at Target. Then I won't have to go. I'd wear the red sweater with the bag. I even have a checkered shirt I could wear and get really into it. A small pillow and a rolled up blanket. I get the big blankets from over at Target though. I haven't gotten any for a little while though. It's been just a couple weeks. But I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. It's been 2.5 hours. That was fun. And thank you, UA, for coming up. That was a lot of fun. Anytime you guys ever want to come up and, we're chit-chatting about a case and about the case, holler at me. I don't mind if someone comes up and chats with me. I don't mind. Just don't, flash me or anything when you come up. Don't peen screen me or anything. Vincent can check me out. Yeah, Carl. He could. He can. Like, you can check me out. He probably didn't even think about that. They even have a shopping cart for $19.99. Y'all know. That'd be pretty cool. That was a fast 2 hours, wasn't it? Well, thank you guys all for being here. I do appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow. Vincent has to work. It's his birthday, even though he has to work on his birthday. But tomorrow's it's only Thursday too. Oh, darn it, I thought it was Friday. But thank you guys for being here. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your week. If I don't see you the rest of the week, have a great rest of your week. But I'll be here. So if you want to come and hang out with me tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be here talking true crime. We'll probably I don't know what case we'll cover. We got some cases that we can cover. Maybe we'll do a poll. If there's no new news out on Luigi, then we'll kind of see what's going on with like the Piketon massacre, because we've been going over that. If you guys want to still go over that. Idaho 4, they had a closed hearing today. They're going to address some things. So maybe we'll get an answer from the judge. We can go over some stuff for that case. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Thanks for talking to me at the end of the live. I do appreciate that as well. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.